Okay, hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about what life is like living in Ghana. It has its ups and its downs, bit of a mix really. Okay, so I'll try and start from the beginning. Right, we've been in Ghana now for about a year and a half, I would say. I mean, it's been pretty good so far, I must say. Okay, but when we first came to Ghana, I mean, we were staying at my dad's, and trust me when I say, the heat for the first few months that we were here, it was like unbearable. It was like torture for us. I mean, we were all sweating and we had light off. This was our first proper experience of light off, and the light would be off for like 8 hours. And I mean, that's not much compared to what we've seen since then. But seriously, those 8 hours when you're acclimatizing are like, they might as well be 3 days, because that's what it felt like. I mean, you'd sit inside and there'd be no air blowing and you would just be irritated, you'd be hot, you know? And then you feel, okay, let me go and sit outside. You go and sit outside. The mosquitoes are like, English blood. And so they would come and you'd get chewed. Trust me, I used to get chewed all my legs. And then it was like a form of torture. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know whether to tackle the heat or the mosquitoes or what. I didn't know what to do myself, basically. I mean, it was crazy. I remember one night, the lights went off in the middle of the evening, and my husband just got up from the room and he was like, listen, I'm going outside to be chewed by mosquitoes because I'd rather deal with that than this heat. And he was very serious because he went outside, and I was like, boy, I don't do mosquitoes, so I mean, I'm a wimp for mosquitoes. If I get one bite, I'm like, for days, you know, I'll be scratching and stuff. So I don't mess about mosquitoes at all. But anyway, acclimatization was one, yeah. After we acclimatized, we kind of realized that when people came over from abroad and they were like, oh, it's hot today, we were like, is it? I don't know what you're talking about, kind of thing. But hey, that's as it goes. All right, another thing we had to deal with was, right, it's time to cook. What do we do? Where do you get your food from? So, you can't just pop down to the shop because they don't really sell that stuff. And even if they do sell the kind of stuff you want, you're going to have very, very limited range of whatever it is you want, and the price is going to be sky high because it's local. So you have to go all the way into town. Going into town was another problem because A, we didn't have a car, and B, you needed to be taking a taxi, and you have got to be bartering with those taxi drivers. The minute they see, before you've even opened your mouth, the minute they see you, yeah, the price becomes double. Some of them even have a cheek, yeah. Sorry, my battery went on low. But anyway, some of them even have the cheek to triple the price. I'm not joking. I mean, we've heard some ridiculous prices and we're like, nah, just go. It's all right. We'll walk. So, I mean, you find out, okay, so you take your taxi, you get to where you're going. Usually, I mean, we didn't know where to shop, so we didn't really know where to go for our shopping. So we would go to the Accra Mall and buy whatever. That was the closest thing we could get to a Sainsbury's or a Tesco's, basically, at the time. There are some things that you could get from the market, but really, to go to the market yourself, man, you have got to be seriously very, very, tolerant, very patient. I went a couple of times with a girl that was staying with us to help us, our house help. And I mean, it's not really an experience that I personally would want to go and do it again. I don't see the need. I'll rather pay someone to go for me. But that's just me. Hey, everyone's different. Some people love that stuff, and that's fine. Everyone's different. But I mean, shopping was definitely a big one for me. I'm used to being able to, you know, if I run out of something, I think, oh, I'll just pop down to Sainsbury's and get it or whatever. But now, no, it doesn't work like that. I mean, eventually we got round to getting a car, and then, you know, you have to deal with learning to drive on the other side of the road. Whereas in the UK, we drive on the right-hand side. Here, they drive on the left-hand side. And trust me, here, they drive crazy. I mean, I've been driving for like 15 years, but I'm not brave enough to drive on these roads. I've done it a couple of times, but I'll probably only drive on a Sunday or maybe, I don't know. But I'm just not brave enough because there's just too much people that drive crazy. Seriously, no one lets anyone go. You got to push your way through if you're going to drive. I mean, you got to... You've got to be willing to push, yeah, and know that another car is going to come like this close to you. Most of the time, cars don't hit, but there are occasions when it can happen, and to be honest with you, I don't have the patience or the heart for that, so I'm just like, no, I'll leave the driving to my husband. But anyway, if you can tackle heat, you can tackle driving here with some crazy people that don't know what a roundabout is, and a few other things, I mean, you'd be all good. I mean, there are some brilliant things about Ghana. I mean, I'm not going to go into everything now, but I will do a video later on what I love and what I don't particularly like about Ghana as well. So I'll share that with you another time. But I mean, so far, I mean, our journey in Ghana has been amazing. I've met some people that probably I would never have spoken to. I've had an opportunity to go to some really nice luxury places that I know in the UK I would never be able to afford to even think about stepping foot in there. I've been to some places and I've had the opportunity to see areas where people are struggling. I mean, I had a situation with my house help recently. She needed to send her child to school and you have to pay the whole year up front, and she didn't have the money, so she asked if I would lend her the money, and then if I could take it back from her every month, which obviously I agreed to. But on the day, I mean, my heart, I felt really bad for her. I mean, it wasn't even much. It was like 150 cedis, which is about £25. I mean, I'm not going to say I could drop it and not think about it. I would definitely know if I dropped 150 cedis. But, I mean, it's not going to hurt my pocket to give it to her. So I decided to give it to her as a gift. And, I mean, she immediately broke down and she cried because she couldn't believe it. I mean, it's little things like that, you know, that where you can impact someone else's life. It's just amazing. With something so small as well. I mean, sometimes I've even given away clothes and people are just like, they can't believe it, you know, they're like, they're shocked, like, what's the catch? So it's just amazing to be able to see another side of life, and it's great for my children as well because they get to see different things. You know, we've taken them to the village, they've seen goats, they've seen chickens running, they see cows going across our gate in the morning sometimes as well. I mean, Ghana's an amazing experience and we still have got so much more to experience here. But I mean, I'm telling you, if you feel that you want to come to Ghana, now is the time to come because there is so much opportunity. I can't stress it enough. There's so much to do here, so much you could achieve that would be very, very hard to do abroad. Seriously, if you want to start a business or something, this is the place to come. I mean, it has its frustrations, but there are definitely some amazing, amazing opportunities. I mean, I say to people all the time, being in the UK, when they say that you're 6 people away from knowing someone, in Ghana, you're like 1 or 2 people away from knowing that person that can just change everything for you. It's like, it's that deep. Like, in Ghana, it's all about who you know, not what you know. So forget your degree and all that stuff. Yes, they can help you along the way, but it's not about that. It's about who you know, and that is it, seriously. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much. I want to keep the video kind of short and sweet. But if there's anything else you would like to know about Ghana, please comment below and let me know. And don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks to those of you that have so far subscribed. If you haven't, please do so. And yes, that's about it really. Anyway, catch you later. Bye.